helicopter, then go towards the glass side, it's over. And that's it. It's absolutely hilarious.
I hate players like you. That's why I'm always getting dot damage in that hill. Goodness me. Here we go, though. It's game number 4. OpTic Gaming down 1-2 against FaZe. FaZe had the lead here. And they also have a little bit of an advantage on that A side, but Lucid gonna take care of that with Camo and Shock. This is a dangerous combo to be in the hands of this man.
And like you mentioned before, FaZe still having the opportunity to reset the bracket. With them coming out of the losers bracket, they can't win the tournament in this best of 5 series. All they can do is win this series and have to do it once again. Back-to-back series was necessary. Meanwhile, OpTic Gaming pulled off a little mini reverse sweep, put 2 games in a row. That's it. They're your champions today, and we're moving on to tomorrow here. So really excited to see what happens here. OpTic Gaming, we have so much progression on this middle hill. The scrappy time in favor of them. Have all 4 players up. Frosty the first one to go down. Renegade gonna follow him as well. And Lucid already working on getting these slays while his teammates are coming off a spawn and getting into a more favorable position.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bit scary here when Lucid going on a killing spree this early. Hasn't died yet. This is the player that we've been looking to see all series long, and he's finally waking up here in this beautiful game number 4. He does not want to go to a reset. He wants to end it in this series alone. But unfortunately, 2 go down for OpTic Gaming, so this is FaZe Clan's chance to get some points on the board.
Renegade finds himself within the hill, but off the screen, Lucid gets himself a critical kill onto Roll 2. Renegade showing us all how to put that shock rifle to work, trying to bounce back some grenades or any early damage. Finally, Renegade goes down. Formal deals with the second. That's going to be a double kill for him. World 2 coming out with the quickness. And after all that happens, FaZe find himself 3 down. APG continues to try to push forward because they know they want to get ready for the seaside for the long haul hill. So I'm not mad at that play. They might have been able to win it if he stayed in the hill, but they still didn't have the favorable spawns or the favorable positioning going into the next hill, right?
Right. I mean, what's interesting is Frosty did get off a glass and he dies for that, but FaZe do have control, and Renegade took that glass spot. So full control for FaZe. It's going to be tough to break, but those initial 2 kills is all OpTic Gaming need, and all Trippy needs is a shock rifle and some BR shots and a little bit of help from his friends, and that's going to be 2 dead for FaZe. Make that 3. OpTic have solidified control of the long haul. This might be hill number 2 for them.
OpTic have always been a strong king of the hill team, and they're showing it right here, right now, as they've already taken that bottom mid first hill. Lots of progression onto the second one. FaZe end up breaking the setup, which could be huge for them. APG trying to catch an angle here as Frosty's still doing work onto the A side. He's gonna go down. Hopefully gets a favorable spawn as FaZe have taken control of the long haul. OpTic beginning to surround them here.
Yeah, generally you see people break this hill on the A side, going towards through pipes all the way over to Attic and Gold, but in this case, OpTic decided to push on the C side, but for that, they go 3 down. FaZe have control once again, and it's up to Trippy to put damage in here, but stay alive at the same time. It's a difficult task.
Multiple members of FaZe find himself within the zone. Frosty trying to put work in with the shock rifle, but now both players are one shot forced to back down. Eventually, one goes down, the other one able to stay alive. That's Renegade, and World 2 comes right back in with the bait and switch. Deals with APG, gets himself a triple kill. Now gonna try to deal with Lucid, almost gets himself an overkill. Does the damage enough for his teammates to finish off that kill. And just like that, FaZe have now stolen that hill number 2. We are tied up. OpTic already set up.
That was almost so disgusting. I would have squealed like a girl. Absolutely insane. Renegade now with a shock rifle. The shock rifle is the name of the game on this map. It's so incredibly strong with so much ammo on it. There's so much damage you can do if you're just half decent with the gun. We'll see what Renegade's able to do here as FaZe tied up 1-1 and full control of this Whirlpool side and of A. They're going to converge on a Renegade now. He's got to be careful.
If there's so much you can do when you're half decent with the gun, what can Lucid and Renegade do with the gun? They're absolutely amazing with the gun. APG and OpTic Gaming find themselves over toward the zone, but look, multiple angles coming in from FaZe. There's someone coming over from the Mangler side, somebody coming on the top A side, even in Whirlpool. With that many angles, all it takes is a collapse in timing, and just like that, FaZe break the setup that OpTic Gaming had. Now FaZe gonna try to move into their own setup, make it as hard as possible for OpTic to catch an angle.
Lucid again winning an incredibly huge 1v1 that he shouldn't have won. Because of that, he stays alive, but Renegade able to get revenge there. All the while, FaZe gonna close out this second hill. So you see Formal starting to move over to this blue pipe side, but Snakebite already in position to get control of this side of the map.
This is crazy because I feel like OpTic are the ones who should be up 2-1. If not 3, like, I feel like that long haul hill should have been theirs. FaZe absolutely committed robbery, stealing away that second hill. And despite the fact that OpTic had that early setup, FaZe still break it and control the A side of the map as well. They must be feeling good going into this fourth hill. Frosty raining down grenades, able to deal with Formal quickly. Right back in the action, right out of it. Crosses paths with Lucid. Now gonna go in for the challenge, almost able to deal with him despite the fact that Frosty was one shot, and now the camouflage is coming up. Can Lucid get his hands on it? That could be critical for OpTic to come back.
He's at least gonna burn it, which is huge, but he gets a sticky onto Snakebite's head. So a great trade, 3 down for FaZe. It's World 2's job to put as much damage as he needs to. He was gonna die in that situation anyway, right? So getting that trade is all that he needed to do. And his job is done now. On board with Formal and his spot here on the top bat ledge.
Shock rifle in the hands of Formal. He and APG both find himself over toward the gold side of the map. Meanwhile, multiple members of FaZe are pushing through the Charlie side. Formal tries to line up the shot onto World 2, but World 2 is dealing with multiple players here. Formal with the shock rifle, APG with the plasma pistol. Formal now gonna push up and try to get the early break here off a screen. APG finally able to deal with World 2, and back-to-back kills go towards OpTic Gaming. Formal able to deal with the third player, so now OpTic able to get into their setup with just one player to deal with. Hopefully Frosty goes down, but not without a fight. He takes down Trippy. They're checking every corner. They're like, where did he go?
There he is. He comes on out. Formal's gonna hit that shot. He's gonna hit that double as well. Is World 2 gonna peek his head? Yes, but he plays his life beautifully. Not beautiful enough though. Formal with 3 kills, 3 dead for FaZe. Snakebite, last player alive. And a hill for OpTic Gaming as well. We're tied at 2-2.
From on screen here, trying to deal with the one-shot Frosty, once again being a nuisance, but he's not gonna get away this time. Finally, Formal will end up going down here. Great stick by Trippy to trade out with Snakebite. Love that play by him. Ooh. Somehow nobody accounts for Formal though. Those A-side spawns gonna be so important with this hill, and as of right now, OpTic look like they're fighting for it. They're forcing FaZe back into the gold side of the map. This might be exactly what OpTic are looking for. They have their setup locked in. 1 or 2 slays, and they should be able to get some good time here. But as I say that, Lucid will be the first one to go down.
You know what, World 2, I've noticed in the past couple plays, World 2's been that player to kind of push aggressively and make sure that there's no flank player pushing through. Lucid had a great position there, was going to be able to push through and put damage into anyone crossing. World 2 gets the kill onto him, and now 4 dead for OpTic Gaming. And now FaZe have a chance to potentially push through, get those A spawns, and get this hill time.
OpTic were able to break FaZe's setup and get into the setup of their own. Things were looking good, but you have to be able to execute from that setup, and sadly, we didn't see it from OpTic Gaming. FaZe take advantage. Now they have a shock rifle and a camouflage in the hands of Frosty. The ultimate combo here on Recharge. This might be the most dangerous one in Halo Infinite, as OpTic find himself 3 down. Trippy's the 4th one to fall. Everybody getting wiped, and now FaZe are gonna take the lead here on this oh so important 5th hill.
Yeah, Frosty's doing a really good job of keeping this A control. You're able to keep this A control. This spawn is so heavily weighted on this map and game type. So consistently just spawning his teammates behind him on elevator, and that's allowing FaZe to continue to put the pressure in. But you can see OpTic's going for a break here on top of glass and pipes. Frosty's in trouble, and he ends up going down.
But 3 down once again for OpTic. Lucid now being forced to have to make a play by himself. He doesn't end up getting the double kill. Does enough damage to almost get the triple kill, but Snakebite not gonna have any part of that. And just like that, FaZe take their 3rd hill, 1 hill away from resetting the bracket here in your grand finals. OpTic, I don't think they want to see another bracket. OpTic, you got to send us into a game 5 right here, right now, with camouflage and the hill over toward the bottom mid. This is OpTic's opportunity.
FaZe are just winning a lot more of their individual gunfights. And they're bait and switching a lot better as well from what I've seen thus far. This bottom middle hill could potentially play the time here. There's 1 minute and 25 seconds left. You keep OpTic out of it. You slay them out. Play the time. Don't allow them to get any time on the board. And just for 1.5 minutes, do what you've done all game long. It's like 2 dead for OpTic, but they're still going to get some time on the board. And Formal's going to hit a beautiful shot there to get that kill and even up the numbers.
And Luce are going to do the same against Frosty there. So OpTic Gaming, like we said, they don't want to give up. Not without a fight here. APG already moving over toward the tower side. Lucid taking a bit of team damage there. He's going to relocate. Frosty a bit by himself over toward the A side, and Lucid wants to deal with it. He said there's no way he can allow Frosty to just be a nuisance onto the A side, so he repulses right up, gets him off of the side of the map. It looks like OpTic want to spawn them over towards that gold corner, but does Lucid know there's a killing spree? Does Lucid know that there's multiple players onto the long on side? It looks like he does know. OpTic are good. Don't worry, I'm sorry. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing, just a little bit.
Yeah, I think he knows. But regardless, a minute left even. But OpTic are so close to getting this hill. These slays have got to be pretty much perfect. Snakebite's got the position on top glass. Lucid gonna try and stay alive here, but he goes down. So that's 2 down for OpTic Gaming. There's no way they push the hill right now, so this will dwindle down to about 30 seconds. And so FaZe just need for 30 seconds to slay OpTic out, and we will go to a grand finals reset.
Down to 1 shot. Frosty goes, eventually taken down. Renegade looks like he's trying to chase Lucid right into a grenade that's going to put him down to 1 shot. So Renegade forced to take height here. FaZe the first ones to spawn up. OpTic the first ones to go 3 down. Just 24 seconds on the clock for OpTic to try to steal away this last sliver of time and send us into that long haul side. FaZe are surrounding and baiting the hill. Trippy gets out for just a second, goes in for a big contact control side, but OpTic end up 3 down. Lucid gonna try to make a god play here to try to slide in and get that final progression, but it might not happen. OpTic are now staggering. They're sending multiple over toward the hill that's now being baited out by FaZe, and eventually the shot clock is going to get him. Time expired. Another best of 5 series. FaZe take the first.